It's a little hot, so I have my fan on. Get my stuff in position. Oh, yes, we are going to have a good time today. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. It feels so good to get to this point here where I can communicate this message today. This message is for somebody. This message is for somebody. And I kind of have a feeling that this message is for me as well. So without any further ado, Sunday, March 15th, and thank you for joining me. If you're here with me right now, that means you are on my journey, and I am on your journey, and we are sharing this journey together. And that's the beautiful thing. I got a powerful message tonight, so I'm not going to hold this message back because it depends on where you're at. You know, time is ticking. So this message is for someone. It's for someone, and I've been trying to get this particular message out for more than a month. And not only did it have to be right, but the timing had to be right. And now I feel that the timing is right. So here's the message. In a moment of quiet contemplation, I spent some time reflecting on the intricate tapestry of my past. I am often taken aback by the sheer magnitude of the challenges and unexpected detours I had to navigate in my life. There were countless instances where the tempestuous storm of life threatened to overwhelm, leaving me questioning, how could I possibly emerge from those storms' grip? However, a profound realization dawned upon me when I was in a moment of retrospection. I realized I possessed an inherent formidable strength, which I was entirely oblivious to. That inner wellspring of resilience, this unyielding spirit propelled me forward, even when the path seemed utterly insurmountable. At this point, it became abundantly clear that this revelation isn't just personal, but it underscores a universal truth about the incredible fortitude residing within us all. It feels so paramount now more than ever, to consciously acknowledge, and appreciate, and indeed celebrate this powerful, indomitable spirit that not only allows us to endure, but also to truly thrive and evolve through every adversity life throws at us. Welcome, family, friends, and fraternal souls. Today we are talking about something deeply personal, something many of us don't recognize until we look back. We have time to retrospect. Today's conversation is called I Didn't Know My Own Strength. Not the strength that we pretend to have, not the strength that we post online and on social media, not the strength people assume we carry, but the strength we discover we had within us. When life gives us no other choices, because many of us are sitting here today, we have survived things that we never thought we could survive. Some of you have survived financial hardship, emotional pain, betrayal, loss, setback, depression, self-doubt, broken dreams, silent struggles nobody even knows about. And yet, you're here, still standing, still breathing, still trying, still becoming. So pause for a moment and think about that. Take that in for yourself, for myself. Because whether you know it or not, you are living proof that you are stronger than anything that tried to break you. Let's reflect on that for a moment. Because sometimes strength doesn't feel like power. Sometimes strength feels like getting up when you don't really want to. Trying again when you're exhausted and tired. Smiling when your heart is heavy. Continuing when quitting seems simpler and easy. Strength is not always loud. Sometimes strength is quiet survival. But that is the strength within us all. So let's focus on the strength you didn't even know you had. No one signs up for hardship. That's the reality. No one gets up in the morning and say, I want this to be a hard day. Mm-mm. No one say, I hope life tests me today. No. But life has a way of revealing who you are to yourself. Because pressure reveals your character. Difficulty reveals your endurance. Adversity reveals your strength. Most people don't discover their strength during the happy and easy seasons of their life. They discover it when plans fall apart, support disappears, doors closes, answers doesn't come when you expect them to. Life forces adaptation. You may have said something like this before. I don't know how I made it through, but yet you did. You may have said, I almost gave up, but you didn't. You may have said, I was at my lowest point, but yet you're here. That means you rose. And sometimes when we minimize our victories because we compare them to others, they are victories no less. But listen carefully. Survival unto itself is victory. Getting through the storm is victory. Choosing not to give up is victory. Continuing to believe in yourself, in something, is victory. Take that in and celebrate your quiet inner victory. And do that as often as you can, because you're stronger than you think. There are days when you had no roadmap, days when you were figuring things out hour by hour, minute by minute. Moments where your plans was to just make it through the day. And sometimes this strength unto itself, that is strength at its highest level. When you can will yourself to make it through the day, when you don't even know how you made it. Once again, coming back to your inner strength. The strength developed through pain. Here's something life teaches us all. Strength is not given, it's developed. Just like muscles grow from resistance, our inner strength grows through life resistance. Not because we want it, not because we yearn for it, no, but because we need it. Pain teaches us endurance. Failure teaches us strategy. Loss teaches us appreciation. Struggle teaches us wisdom. And obstacles teaches us resilience. There are moments that force you to become someone stronger than you already are. Moments that force you to grow emotionally, financially, mentally, spiritually. And maybe at times, you didn't even recognize it as growth. But it's in fact growth. Maybe it felt in the moment like survival. But survival was in fact training you. Life was building something up inside of you. It was building up something that is going to help you grow. Your patience was increased. Your discernment increased. Your awareness increased. Your emotional intelligence increased. And your ability to stand alone increased. Sometimes the greatest strength we develop is this: the ability to keep going without applause, without no recognition, no cheering section, no validation, just quiet determination. The kind of strength that builds legacy character, builds you up, and build who you are. Let's reflect on that a moment. Let me ask you something to reflect on. What have you survived that once felt impossible? What did life teach you through that experience? What strength did you discover about yourself? These are self-reflecting questions that you don't have to answer now. You can answer at some point, but this is something that you need to think about in our moment of reflection and celebrating those small victories that we have in life that highlights how strong we really are. Because sometimes we move forward so fast, we forget to honor how far we've come. But today, we're going to celebrate this journey together, and we're going to give ourselves credit. Not arrogance, not ego, not judgment, but simply acknowledgement. Acknowledgement that you have grown. And that is what life is about. Life is about growth and development, and that we grow. We're all going to grow in our own way and at our own pace. But make no bat no eye, so to speak. You're going to grow. Carry on when you feel empty. How do we do that? I've been there. I've known many people have been there. Let's talk about something real. Strength is not just how you start. It's how you continue when you are exhausted. Some people think strong people never get tired. Someone say, hey, you strong, you are this, you're that, and they think that you don't have those moments, that you don't get tired. That is simply not true. Strong people get tired. Strong people cry. Strong people doubt. Strong people feel overwhelmed at times. The difference is they continue anyway. Sometimes strength is saying, I'm tired, but I'm not finished. I'm hurt, but I'm not defeated. I'm uncertain, but I'm not stopping. There were times you continue with, and you continue on with, half energy, half confidence, half clarity, but full determination. And that counts more than you think. That's not something to take for granted, because strength isn't perfection. Strength is simply persistent. Sometimes carrying on looks like resting instead of quitting, adjusting instead of collapsing, learning instead of surrendering. You didn't always win fast, but you kept yourself in the game. That's important. Keep moving. And that matters more, much more than you can ever imagine. You got to keep moving. I talk about this in some of my previous sessions, how you don't allow yourself to become idle. You got to keep moving. You got to keep doing something. Your path, sometimes we're on a path in life, and every once in a while we are detoured. We fall off our path. But in those moments, you keep moving. You keep doing something, because at some point, lo and behold, you're going to find your way back to your rightful path. I wholeheartedly believe that. You become someone you needed. This is going to be powerful. Sometimes we become strong because no one else showed up for us. Sometimes we became dependable because we experienced disappointment. Sometimes we became wise because we experienced mistakes. Sometimes we became careful because we experienced betrayal. And sometimes we became our own rescue when there was no one else there for us. Take that in for a moment. You think about it, and you think about the storybooks and the fairy tale of knight in shining armor. Somebody's going to come and help and save with the answer, with the solution, until one day you find out that you are the knight in shining armor, that you are the rescue for yourself. That is a powerful realization. You became someone you once needed. The version of you today may be the answer to your yesterday prayers. Think about that. Think about that. I often ponder on that. Your younger self would be proud you didn't give up. You would be proud that you kept trying. You would be proud that you kept believing. You would be proud that you kept becoming. Sometimes strength is simply this. You refuse to let life harden your heart. That's very important. Protect your heart. Protect your peace. You refuse to let life harden your heart. So you stayed compassionate. You stayed hopeful. You stayed, very simply put, human. That takes incredible amount of strength to hold yourself in that position and condition. I hope that this message is touching someone, because I told you this message is for someone, but I had a feeling it was for me as well. Your strength was always there. Here's the truth so many people never realize. The strength you discover was always inside of you. Life didn't just give you the strength just now, just when you need it. Life revealed the strength. Like fire reveals gold, or pressure reveals diamonds. Storms reveal strong foundation. It's only when there's a storm where you know, unfortunately, where you know if your foundation is strong or not. So you may have said something to the effect of, I didn't know my own strength. But now, in this very moment, I know. You know now how you can endure. You know you can rebuild. You know you can adapt. You know you can rise again. And most importantly, you know this. If you survived before, you can survive again. If you overcame before, you can overcome again. Because strength becomes part of your identity once it is tested. And if you live long enough, you will be tested. So if you feel heavy right now, whatever's going on in your life right now, remember this. You're not weak because you struggle. You're strong because you continue. And sometimes the strongest words you can ever say to yourself is, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still standing. Take that in for a moment. Because the fact that you're still here, your story is still being written. Your purpose is still unfolding. Your strength is still expanding. And your best chapter is, in fact, still ahead of you. So let's have a quiet affirmation. You can repeat this out loud or repeat it to yourself. But you have to know this and you have to believe this. I am stronger than I ever knew. I am wiser now than I was before. I am growing through what I go through. My past do not define me. My struggles prepared me, and my strength carries me. I didn't know my own strength. I didn't know my own strength, but now I do. Now I do, and now I walk forward with my head held high, and I walk forward with the knowledge of the strength that is within me. I knew that message was going to be for me. Sometimes in life, we discover who we are, not during the easy days and the quiet days. But during the days that we thought we would never survive, there were moments when we felt stretched beyond our comfort levels, moments when we felt alone in our thoughts, moments when we had weight on us, the weight of responsibilities, the weight of survival, the weight of expectation or delayed gratification, the weight that felt heavier than our spirit itself. But yet, something inside of us kept us holding on. Something inside of us whispered, carry on. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, steadily, faithfully, carry on. And you did. You carried on when you were unsure. You carried on when you were tired. You carried on when no one saw, knew, or cared about your effort. You carried on when there was no one to applaud your resilience. You carried on when the only evidence of strength was your refusal to quit. And maybe today, in our conversation, you may be just now realizing that in those times and in those moments, you were not just surviving. You were becoming. You were not surviving, but you were in fact becoming wiser, becoming stronger, becoming more aware, becoming more intentional, becoming more of yourself. Because sometimes life strips away who you thought you were so that you can discover who you really are. Who you truly are is someone who bends, because we're human. We're only human. You bend, but you do not break. Someone who feels deeply, but still believes. Someone who's been tested, but still stands. This is not weakness. This is power. This is earned strength. This is lived courage. And tonight, or this morning, or wherever this message finds you, I want you to remember something important. You are not defined by what tried to stop you in your life. You are defined by what carried you through. Your resilience carried you through. Your faith, your determination, your decisions, the choice to continue your story, to continue to tell your story, because your story did not end in the hardest chapters of your life. Those chapters are behind you. You now turned the page. You kept walking. You kept becoming. This is the quiet greatness most people never talk about. In fact, most people may not even realize it. So as you move forward from this moment with full realization of your strength, the strength that is within you, walk differently, not with arrogance, but with awareness, not with ego, but with earned confidence, not loudly, but with the quiet understanding that says, I have survived things that once scared me. I have walked through storms I thought would break me. I have carried weight I never thought I could carry. But yet, I'm still here. It's Just take that in for a moment. Let that truth settle into your spirit. Let it become part of your identity. Let it remind you that whatever stands in front of you, whatever obstacle stands in front of you next, is not meeting the same person that you used to be. It's meeting someone who has realization of their strength. That means it's meeting someone stronger, someone wiser, someone proven, someone who knows their own strength. And maybe, just maybe, that was the lesson all along. In fact, maybe that was the lesson to learn all along. Not the struggle, not the pain, not the delay, not the discovery. The discovery of strength that was always there, lying dormant inside of you. I didn't know my own strength. This is D.E. Wilder reminding you, your life is not something you go through. It is something that you grow through. The struggles are not just burdens. They are evidence of your becoming. Your strength is not just something that you have. It's something that you now know with certainty. You walk in it, trust in it, honor it, and most importantly, never forget it. You didn't just make it through life. You fought your way forward in life. And if you think about it, that is something. If you think about it that way, that is something that we all can be proud of. And we should be proud of. That's the victory that we should all be proud of about ourselves. Regardless of what you have gone through, if you are still here, that's victory. So remember this. Life is not testing you to break you. Life is revealing to you yourself. It's revealing you to you. Every obstacle you faced, every mountain you have climbed, every silent battle you have fought have been evidence that there is more strength inside of you than you ever could imagine. So whenever you are and wherever you're at in your journey right now, whether you are rising, rebuilding, recovering, or simply trying to find your very next step, it's okay. It's okay. There is no one walking the face of this earth that can tell you that you are not in the right place or in the right moment. You are where you're supposed to be because you are becoming. You are where you're supposed to be because you are ultimately going to get where you need to go. So know this. You're not behind. You're not finished. And you're certainly not without power. You are simply becoming. And becoming unto itself takes courage. I am D. Wilder, and this is the Hour of Power, focusing on purpose and praise. And I'm here to remind you once again to feed your faith, protect your peace, guard your focus, and honor your purpose. And most importantly, never forget, you were not designed just to survive life. You were designed to rise within life. Until next time, stay focused, stay faithful, stay encouraged, and always remember, you were born to win. You were born to win. I said it. I said this message is for someone. I don't know who this message is for, but I do believe and I do know that a large portion of that message was for me. It was for me because there was a long time that I didn't know my own strength. There was a long time that I didn't know how powerful I was, and that I allowed circumstances to get the best of me. And I felt inundated by the circumstances and didn't realize that I was stronger than those circumstances, that I was stronger than that situation. And what's more important is that your life is bigger than those circumstances. You know how many times we get crippled by minor circumstances, by little things that happen to us? You may lose a job. I'm not saying that's not important, but some people think that job is everything in their life. It's not. You were born to be greater than that job and that position and that salary. That's just something that happens in your life. I had something. I had a business and I lost the business. I lost everything. You did not. You did not lose everything. You lost the business. But if you're still here, you're more important than that business. Your destiny, your path, your goals is greater than that business. The point is, you have to tap into your own strength to realize that you can carry on and get through come what may. And I had to realize that. And so this message is partly for me. I appreciate everyone who joined me on this journey. I thought I was going to have some questions today. I don't know what happened with that. So, if these words found their way into your spirit, share them with someone whose heart may be searching for light. Remind them gently and softly that their peace still exists, their grace is still within them, and their purpose is patiently awaiting their arrival. It is my sincere hope that the positive energy I strive to live by and the unwavering dedication I pour both in my walk and in my work reaches beyond the sound of my voice and touches the soul of everyone who can hear my voice. May the spirit we share become a quiet, strong connection between us, encouraging each of us to grow, to rise, and to become better today than we were yesterday. And through that year and that sheer energy, may it spark a new breakthrough together, uplifting each and every one of us together as we are moving forward in our journey in life. Because in the end, we are all simply travelers, traveling this journey that we call life, seeking meaning, seeking growth, seeking impact, and perhaps searching and finding our way together. So I'll leave you with this. Stay rooted, stay blessed, and stay living your life with purpose. I am D. Wilder. This is the hour of power, focusing on purpose and praise. I bid you peace and blessing. Thank you all. That was a tough message to get out, but I hope it touched somebody. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. Have a good night and a beautiful week ahead. happened to my producer? Jesus Christ. You failed me today.
I failed.
You failed me. Where's the questions?
Because you were supposed to tell me.
No. Forget. No. No. You know where in the world I can host a damn show and then tell you something? I cannot do that. You should already know that by now. Come on. Go to this every week. I say I'm strategically placing the question so it can give me a break. How many times have you heard me say that?
Well, Desmond, we were trying something new today.
Then why didn't you try it? I don't understand this.
I can't interrupt you while
that's what you have to do. I mean, you're the one who said you're going to do that. You could have stuck with the old plan then. It's like, I have the questions. I'm giving you the questions, and you don't ask the questions. I don't understand it. If you don't know where to jump in, then you were supposed to say that to me at the beginning. Where do you want me to jump in? Huh? How is that going to happen during the course of the program? I don't understand that. It's just it's boggling my mind right now.
Well, this session didn't need any questions.
You say that about every session. My questions are strategic, part of my presentation.
Well, I recorded them, thinking that you're going to tell me I have.
How? At what point am I going to say that?
Well, that's the part I'm not getting, because Desmond, you are talking.
At what point am I going to say that?
How can I interrupt you? Like that is so like.
Yes, if you text me and say I'm going to ask a question, then I'll make the break. I'll say, let me take a question. I mean, I don't understand this. I mean, it's like every week we go through the same conversation.
Because when before the session, it seemed like we're on the same page. Then after the session is over, it seemed like there's a.
Let me tell you, if this was a production, you would be fired, because you cannot expect the on-air host to be the one who sets the cue. How am I going to do that? How am I get my message out and do that? Do you want to change spots and you want to give the message and then see how you're going to do that? How simple that will be?
I don't know. I see hosts do it all the time. That's why.
You see hosts do, or people you see do it all the time, are people with a fucking 500 people standing around them. They got staff, they got cue cards, they got camera people, they got producers, they got everything. You may see people do that all the time. That's a silly statement.
If I look at Michelle Obama's show,
I guarantee you they got mad people standing behind that camera. I guarantee you that. It ain't nothing that's gonna make me believe otherwise. I guarantee you, they turn that camera around. They got a nice amount of staff behind them.
They got staff.
So what are you talking about then? Why would you bring that up then?
So when
No. Why would you bring that up? How is that comparable to where we at? When I'm sitting here by myself.
Because I'm trying to figure out how do I. So you're telling me to text you? You just got them saying that looking down is difficult. So I'm so confused. I'm trying to figure out how can I cue a question to you.
You should have said that before I started. If you didn't understand how you were going to do it.
No, because I thought you were going to tell me, oh, we have a question. That's what I thought. I thought you were going to say, we have a question.
You know, that don't even make any sense. I'm going to tell you that right now. That don't even make any sense. You just went and turned the speaker on while I was in session.
Because it cut off.
So that don't even make, that means it was not